Hey, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. Before we get started, man, I would like to invite y'all to hit the subscribe button. It's much appreciated. Also, go to my guy right here, Sports Phanatic YouTube as well. Make sure y'all get him a subscribe, man. Um, Today, man, we got some rankings. I got a lot of responses. I mean, I got a lot of DMs, a lot of people got on me. A lot of people liked it. Some people thought that their team was on there or should have been on there. And we're going to give you everything that you want to know. You feel what I'm saying? We already got comments. Um, hey, appreciate you being in here.
Let's
Coom
get it.
yes. Yep.
Let's get it.
Hey, man. But yeah, man, we're going to start off by showing some of the teams that we got on, and then we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna ask you why you actually selected those teams that you
Mm-hmm.
picked. All right, so here's the glimpse. Let me see. All right,
That's respect in there, man. That's respect in there.
so we got this team right here, right? So we got the Southfield Falcons, right? And this is the matches that I would love to see, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that we see. So we
Mm-hmm.
got Southfield Falcons versus Miami Garden. I think Miami uh played them last year, but maybe it was a different age group. That was a
Mm-hmm.
good one. I think the same
Mm-hmm.
thing would happen. Then we got the Spartans that want to play PTSG, right? A lot of people
Yeah.
got PTSG winning that game. Then we got the two big dogs, Alpha Dogs, and we got Boynton Bulldogs.
For
And
real.
then the one that you said that you want to see that might be a different outcome based on, what you've seen at the quarterback position. We got the OG Ducks and we got the rare breed. So let me know, man, why you actually selected your pick, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it, man.
So we're gonna start at the top, man. We're gonna start at the top. And I just wanna say for the record, I know y'all don't like it, but you're gonna have to tell me why y'all don't like this list. So everybody know, man, I started out with Rare Breed. All right. And I got some slack about Rare Breed because everybody know that I have Boynton beaten Rare Breed this year if they play in the championship. But we're going off last year's ranking and this year's projection as far as the season. Because we still got to see them play. We're going off the season. I believe that Rare Breed is going to have a tougher season that's going to allow them to stay number one, right? I think they're going to have a tougher regular season schedule that will allow them to stay number one. So that's why, you got to go with Red Breed. And plus, man, and we just being honest, like, Red Breed is just going to be that team. I think Boynton is going to be number two. I believe Boynton's going to win some games this year early on. I believe that outside of Red Breed, everybody else they play, I think they're going to be. Even when they play Red Breed, like the coaches said, if you watch the game, it was closer than it was. They actually did put up points against Red Breed. So I feel like we gotta take that into consideration.
Oh yeah, man. Got my guy EP in the building, man. That's my
Dude,
dude right there. One
when
of the
we
top
start talking,
receivers.
when we start talking Miami Gardens Ravens, come on, man. This is Rod Mack's age group. This is the age group. This is the time where Rod Mack usually takes over. We talking about a team that was in the top five all year long. Come on, man. Like them first three, four, five. Come on, Southfield, the Southfield Falcons. It's the same thing. Now, if you let this man tell it, Southfield shouldn't even be on the list
I ain't
based on
putting them
what
on no top 8, bruh. You
based
got
on
beat
what
by 40, bruh. You got beat by 40.
based
Ain't
on
no
what
way I'm
Red
putting you on.
Breed did to them. He is one of the only people who make lists out here that probably ain't got them on there. But everybody else who's not Red Breed, who's not the number one team that won nationals for 4, 5, 6, 7 years in a row, everybody else they beat. Right. They beat in 95% of the teams they play. Right. So you gotta put some respect on Southfield's name and you gotta put them up there. OG Ducks. OG Ducks had a great team all year long. Right. OG Ducks had a great team all year long. OG Ducks was a top 10 team all year. They fluctuated in that top 10. Sometimes they was 5, sometimes they were 8, sometimes they was 6, but they were a top 10 team all year. And then they went out and added more pieces, right? Also, we got to respect the fact that this is when Cali teams usually play the best ball in 8th grade. Cali teams are usually the ones that win 8th grade, right? Which was the former 13, 14. But Cali teams, you combine that and say we're going to make one big team, an 8th grade team. No more 13, no more 14, 8th grade. Oh man, I guarantee you, when y'all see that OG Ducks team come to South, when they come to the South, y'all gonna be like, this is crazy. Like, how are these kids even allowed to be here? Right? PTE, man, PTE had great season all year. Again, it's another team that was in the top 5 all year. Primetime Select was in the top 5 all year. So it's just one of them things where, I've been paying attention to them, and I haven't. They're still just recruiting. I don't believe they have gotten worse based on last year's rankings and projections and what they did and what we believe they can do. That's how they got there. Not last, but Alpha Dogs. A lot of y'all saying how Alpha Dogs. Alpha Dogs has done a great job recruiting, man. It's so Alpha Dogs got, not only do they have Caleb, but Alpha Dogs also went and got some more receivers. They got a receiver from West Orlando named Tuck. And it's a couple more guys that went over there, man. So Alpha Dogs actually are going to be a great team. If you don't know some of their pieces, you'll be like, what, man? Like, or whatever. But some of their pieces are proven commodities. It's not to say that some of y'all pieces where y'all from are not, but these are kids that I've seen play national games, play at YNC, play at AYF. And I just know for a fact that it's like, hey, man, that Alpha Dogs team is going to be something to reckon with. And then my last two, man, I went Stonecrest Spartans / Tampa Jags. I went to leave the Tampa Jags out. Stonecrest Spartans or the Tampa Jags. Again, man, the Stonecrest Spartans was more of a great team in Georgia, but um, because 13U is not going to be played as much in Georgia, I really feel like their team is going to get Red Breed, and Stonecrest Spartans is going to get an opportunity to get a lot of great kids. And I really feel like they have an opportunity, and they was primed and ready to go last year. There was a few pieces away that they say they fixed, right? So I'm gonna trust them, and I'm gonna say I believe they could be a top 8. But Tampa Jags, man, they was a top 15 all year. Right, the Tampa Jags, man, they were a really, really, really good 12U team, man. And I'm telling y'all to watch out for the Tampa Jags because that's a team that's gonna be to reckon with.
Oh, I'm waking up. All right, so I agree. I agree with the rare breeds, but I am surprised that you actually had rare breeds number 1 and not
Mm-hmm.
Boynton 2, being that you felt like Boynton is going to beat rare breeds.
Still do.
So I understand that you going by next year, but
Mm-hmm.
every year at the college football is not the same rankings.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new season. So honestly, bro, I think that you was telling me something that you basically didn't believe in Boyd in the way that you claim that you did.
This man's
That's the only
crazy.
thing that I
This man
literally get from
crazy.
you.
This
Because
man crazy.
you cannot tell me that Boynton is gonna win the whole thing, and then you still put Rare Breeze in front of them. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, um, I'm not like I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do a top 8 as well, because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like a lot of teams gonna be slighted. And not only that, we just got on Alex for doing that as well when
I
he
ain't
put the
slighting
top
you.
50.
That's what it is.
So you don't feel like some of these. Okay, so name. I'm gonna give some honorable mention. I'm gonna
Okay, I got
definitely.
honorable mentions,
Okay, so I'm
but
gonna
this is
talk
top 8
about.
right here.
So I'm gonna talk about my guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna definitely talk about. I like Motor City Jags. I like them, right?
Okay.
I think that's a team that's very underrated. That's
They're
uh
around 14.
yeah, so that's a team that needs to be on somebody's radar,
Mm-hmm.
right? They definitely in the top 15.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely
and
14.
then and then as I got a reminder from my guy, the Blackhawks, that's another team that should definitely be on this list.
Top 10.
See
Top 10.
The North Philly Blackhawks, being that they are in the area like the Pennsylvania area and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff, bro. A lot of people don't get him credit. And that's why I like when PA football coming here, you know what I'm saying? It's a constant reminder that yeah, man, they got great teams as well. So it's teams like that I actually seen who can hold their own. Matter of fact, I told you last season about how good they were. You just don't be up on these type of teams.
I
You find
said they top 10, top 11.
you ain't
What else
saying
you want?
no, you're not saying that because you feel like that they are that good. You're saying that because it's
I'm
like,
saying that because they're gonna be a top 11 team, but I don't. But 11 is okay, cool. I'm talking top 8. I ain't going past 8. Cool. I'm stopping at 8. But yeah, they're gonna be a top 15 team, man. We know they good. North Philly Blackhawks is a real good team. They be top. They'll be 11 or 12 like they was last year. Thank y'all. But we talking top 8. I ain't slighting you. You just ain't top 8.
oh wow. So you don't think that North Philly Blackhawks
No, they're
can
not cracking the
compete
top 8.
with
They're not
hold
cracking
on
the top 8.
with Stonecrest or with the Alpha Dogs? You don't think that they can compete with those teams?
That's a great question. North Philly is usually have really big linemen, play aggressive football. I think they can compete with Stonecrest. I don't think they can compete with Alpha Dogs. I think Stonecrest honestly still pulls it out. But compete and win is different. Boynton competed. Boynton competed with Red Breed, right? But they didn't
Mm-hmm.
win. So it's like if you talking about compete, yeah, they can compete. You know what I'm saying? Because they're a top 15 team. When we talking top 15, those teams are competitive teams. Those are the best teams in the country. It's not a slight to be top 15. It's a billion U football teams, right? They can compete, but I don't think that they can win the game. That's the difference right there.
Okay, so them versus North Philly Blackhawks versus Stonecrest Mountain. I mean Stonecrest Spartans. So you get at to Stonecrest Spartans.
They edge it.
They edge it. Oh, hey man, you know I can only ask the question. The man feel how he feel. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to PA football. UIFL is an official league. I think they wanted to. I think if you talking nationals, if you ain't talking YNC, AYF, or UIFL, it's like we start to get them a little bit more local. But those three, yeah. So man, I respect the fact that they won a national championship. I respect it,
Hey,
right?
what's up, Coach Tim? Hey,
But
shout out to
they top
BRL,
15
man.
though. PA, they
Hey,
top 15.
shout out to BRL, man. One of the he's a dog, man, on the with the
Oh yeah,
camera.
BRL
So
tough. Yeah,
he's one of
BRL.
the top cameramen. So make sure
Yeah.
y'all go check him out. But yeah, bro, honestly, bro, I'm gonna put this list back up so I can, just give my all right. So we got where I disagree. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me go to this one. And let me know if you can still hear me because
We
this
still hear
might
you
be.
good, bro.
Hold on. For this one. Hold on 1 second. All right. So let me know if you still hear. All right. So y'all seen that list, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not able to speak while it's going on. So we got Rare Breed, which I agree at number one. Then we got Boynton, which I agree at number two, right? They basically lost the game by inches, right?
Answer by
So
yep.
and then we had the coach on here. They only got better from that point. So I'm going to go ahead and actually I got a Florida guy right here in BRL because he
Mm-hmm.
told me about TME and
Mm-hmm.
I forgot who else merged. They call it TMJ now.
Mm-hmm.
So he can tell you a little bit more than me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
And
Far
me.
as the
Yeah.
Florida's team. But I think that Boynton, being that they actually got better, they can literally, can go back to the championship and they can really knock off any team, just depending on how they coming. They were one of the small teams. I can only imagine now how much bigger that those kids have grown over the years past, over the years time. And I can only imagine how much better they got. So I'm going to keep Boynton at number three, right? I mean, at number two. Now, the issue that I have, right, is that what's the one that you had? Okay, so you had Miami Garden at number 3. So in that regards, I'm not going to go with the Miami Garden
Mhm.
in at number 3. I
Okay.
do think they can be that 4. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to, as you can see, I'm going to keep bumping Southfield up to at least about the 6 or 7 spot,
Okay.
because I think that yes, they have gotten better and they may have added some pieces to their roster as well, but I just gotta see proof. And did they win AYF last season? And if not, like what region did they
Yeah.
play in?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So like I don't think that they are one of the top teams. Far as really, I was gonna give them top 10, but I don't think I was gonna give them top 8. You know what I'm saying? And that's just all honesty. I'm gonna just be
These folks lose one game to the national dang on champions for the past 4 years, and you just can't let it go, man.
like the lady said with Lambo, they won by a lot. You can't win by a lot, especially when you are supposed to be a team. You know what I'm saying? That's dominant, and you ask for it,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I'm saying. Like y'all didn't want to come meet them down there. They met y'all in the middle, and then y'all don't even score, bro. That don't like. Yes, it was a 50 ball. That
Man,
look,
them
no,
folks were
no.
national champion, man. They the
Hey,
best team out there. What is we
he's
talking about?
he
Ain't
say,
nobody else being Southfield like that.
hey, I got some games that I'm gonna have to make then, cause we gotta see. I don't want no slights. Y'all know I rock with all y'all the same. Everybody. All these kids are youth players, and that I want to make sure they all get an equal opportunity.
Right, right, right.
If it's smoke that y'all want, it's gonna be smoke that y'all
Smoke,
get.
we gonna get
I
this
don't
year.
want to.
Ain't no ducking.
As a matter of fact, bro, now that I believe what's his name for ah the Lions, is it New Jersey Lions, the Brick City Lions. So did that man, is he going to play Pop Warner again? I mean,
He's
youth
done.
football
Nah,
again?
he's taking a rest. He's taking a rest. He's
Okay, so
resting his
he did,
body
but
before he go to high school. Yeah.
okay, but he did reclass, right?
He reclassed and he's gonna rest his body before he goes to high school.
Okay, so DJ said Philly not seeing them, but that's why I say, man, when we talking about, because in YNC, if that's where you plan to go, it's only 8 spots. So if you want to get to that 8 spot, you definitely gonna have to go through the gauntlet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You
Okay. I can
go
agree with
ahead.
that. There we
Yeah,
go.
you gonna have to we gonna have to play some teams. So right now, it's something that we're just speculating. We well, Phanatic feel like these are the top 8 teams,
Top
and
eight.
yeah,
Top
top 8
eight. Yeah.
teams in the nation so far. Like these are the teams that he believe is the top 8. But the thing about it is, everybody got an opinion. So he may be wrong. But
I'm
we
not.
need to see these games. And on top of that, man, we would love to get some insight and information and updates
Absolutely.
on the roster. Who y'all got? Who y'all added?
Right. I do a lot based
Uh,
on what I've seen. Kids transferring. Shout out to PA football. I agree with what he said. If Philly or Pittsburgh had one team in place, it would be different because that's what St. Louis did last year,
mm,
right? That's what a lot of the top teams do in other states. That's what they get one team and then they go and build off of that. So when you're in places like Philly or Pittsburgh and y'all got so much talent spread out, it's different because that's what we do here in Georgia, right? We get one or two major teams together and then they go play.
mm-hmm. So stacking the deck is, I guess,
They
is
stack the
the
deck.
age of 13U, 14U, because at least that's what happened with Falcons United turned 14U
Mm-hmm.
last year. They had some teams that was stacking the deck. And, like, I guess that's the new thing. But this year, I think it ran rapid. Georgia teams, a lot of them are stacked. They stack the deck heavy. So I'm really only expecting championship or bust. If
That's
they
what
don't win it, then it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a failure type season. I don't care if you go 21 21-0, but that loss was in the championship. That's a failure because basically you stack the deck and there's no way you should lose. And I know that in Florida, they got a lot of teams like TME, who merge. I keep forgetting the other team, but who merge and end up, they stacking the deck. So they got the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying, on the defense and offensive league. So when you said that Rare Breeze is going to have a hard time, I understand what you were saying because a lot of people are more prepared and they stack the deck and they got more players that can actually compete with a team like that, right? That were competing, but they were just on a different team at a different time. But now that they're all coming together, then they're going to have a better chance at trying to, beat them.
There we
But
go.
you know what I'm saying?
There
So
we go. It feels good for you to finally agree.
I see what you're saying, but for the most part, man, I just feel like you've been hedging your bets. And then the other
I
part,
gotta see them play. That's not fair. That's not
and
fair. This is a
and
preseason ranking. Preseason.
I feel you, but sometimes, bro, like I just be giving you, handing you, gifts, and you just throw them away. Like I be trying to tell you certain teams, you know what I'm saying, that should be on the radar. Like for instance, right? They got a team in San Jose, the San Jose Hit Squad. That's a team that I've been telling you about. They went undefeated last season. But I hold it with a grain of salt due to the fact they didn't play the top teams that I've seen in the nation. But I did try to set up and connect the San Jose Hit Squad versus the City Life. They were willing to do it, but the only thing was the San Jose Hit Squad was not willing to come up to where the City Life were. You know what I'm saying? But that was a game to where they could have got the exposure and, the recognition that they deserve. So I'm all about the best getting in. You know what I'm saying? And the only way we can do that is by allowing the best to play the best. You feel what I'm saying? And there you go again, bro.
Man,
It's all it's
this
all
man
on your face, bro.
this man just goes out here, y'all, type stuff on YouTube and finds teams or these people hit his inbox, tell him they then he start believing, and next thing you know, we got the Gwen Cherry Bulls all over again.
Okay, and what did the Gwen Cherry Bulls do? They was nice, right? They had
They
some
were
players
a
that got
good
hurt.
team,
They were a
but
good
they
team
were
that
not
every
top
other good
8.
team wanted to play. They were a good team that every other team wanted to play. Then I told you about North Philly Blackhawks. You dismissed them. I told you they were a good team to pay attention to them. You also dismissed them. I'm telling you about the San Jose
Okay, can I
Hit
ask a
Squad,
question?
and
Can I ask
you
a
you
question?
dismissing it. Look at
Can
it
I ask a
all on your
question?
face. Yes, sir.
Can I ask what was because I want to say North Philly went AYF. Were they better than City Life? Because City Life is AYF team. I don't
They
think they
can
played in AYF, but were they better than City Life?
I don't think they were better than City Life, but
Okay.
they definitely can compete with City Life.
Okay. Compete is cool, but will they win the game? Southfield.
I think they could have beat Southfield.
Okay. Okay. Miami Gardens.
I didn't really pay attention to Miami like that.
I'll
So
answer. No,
I mean
somebody
I
from Philly.
did.
Somebody
I
from
seen
Philly
them.
can answer. Be real now. Prime Time Select, Hair Academy, OG Ducks. I mean, what are we talking about? They all the way down on the list. They about 8 on the list. Not saying they're not a good team. They top 10 in AYF. They top 12, 15 in the nation. That's cool. But compete and win is different. We're talking about winning.
I think that's what I'm saying though. Like I think it's any given Sunday. I believe that they can win. And
You
then
want
on
to have a
top of
problem with me this year.
oh my hey, I, I see.
Come on, somebody for PA football. I want you to answer that question. I want you to answer City Life, Southfield, Miami Gardens, Primetime, Hair, OG. I think y'all fit in right around there. I ain't gonna put like the San Antonios and all that. I ain't gonna put them type of teams, but I'm gonna say y'all will beat the Outlaws. Questionable, but I'm gonna say y'all will beat the Outlaws. Would you say in AYF y'all was around maybe the seventh, eighth best team? I'm gonna let PA football answer that if he's still on. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, definitely let him answer that. Coach Tim says he says up in Jersey, these teams that are stacked like that are usually seen as an all-star team. PA football is correct because if Jersey had one or two teams, man, man, forget about it. Yeah, I mean, competition, I guess, in a area because everybody is not able to travel. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I see why stacking the deck would be an issue, at least out there. You know what I'm saying? Because they may not be able to come to a Georgia or a Florida. The teams that well, they got like at least 4, 5, 6 to 7 to 8, 9, 10 teams that's really good. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that being the case. Um, but he says they were good but not national. Are you talking about North Philly Blackhawks? Because if so, basically, um,
I think you're talking about the Gwen Cherry Bulls.
the Gwen Cherry Bulls, I think they could have beat anybody.
But you
I
keep
think
saying what you think. What happened though?
they didn't play, bro. And then on top of that, I'm gonna say this too. The coach, he says, he says Blackhawks lost to a couple of those teams. Yes, by December, Blackhawks um, were where Phanatic said. Okay, I'm saying this is a totally different year.
Oh my
This
God,
is a
man.
totally different year. Hold on. No, I'm saying, bro. I'm saying. All right. So since we said, okay, so they went to AYF, right? They went to
Mhm.
an AYF. Did they go to AYF?
I want to say I think Philly went. I have to double check.
Okay,
I just
so
know when they during those times though they was losing to some of those teams. But I'm gonna double check right quick.
you don't know, bruh, because you ain't been paying attention to him.
Let
So
me
I
tell
know
you
you
something.
don't know
That's
that
not true.
answer.
That's not true. You know, I
You
love
ain't,
AY.
you
I
ain't.
love AYF. That was
Hey,
the first thing I ever recorded. I think it's one of the best nationals. And North Philly used to have this really big lineman. I don't remember his name, but they used to have this really, really big lineman, man. He was dominating. That's what caught my attention is that really, really big lineman. But I'm gonna be honest, man. They ain't winning down here, bro. You can't win with just your best kids. I'm gonna be real, bro. Best teams in the county is gonna be hard to always win. Um, Now UIFL is a little different, only because a lot of UIFL is league based, right? It's like AYF, but it's league based. I'm telling you, man, they not. It's just not the same, man. When you start looking at those top teams, hey, why have you be like, oh, who they beat? Okay, North Philly. Who they beat? Okay, North Philly. Who they beat? North Philly. And then you see North Philly go beat up on everybody else like they supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So when you start, it's just different, man. It's different. They're really, really good teams. But when we start talking eight, come on, man, we talking eight. We only got 8 spots. We got 8 spots and 2 of them gone. Automatic. 3 of them. Miami,
okay.
4 of
So
them. Southfield, we got 4 spots left. We got to give it to somebody.
all right. So I want to go to the 6 pick. Okay. So you had the OG Ducks at 6,
Mm-hmm.
and the part that shocked me was you said that you feel like OG Ducks can possibly with the quarterback can beat Rare Breed. So why
Mm-hmm.
would you have them in the 6th spot?
So OG Ducks finished with a decent amount of losses
Mm-hmm.
last year. I want to say maybe everybody probably had them as like a top 10, 11, 12 team, right? So I'm bumping you up 5 or 6 spots based on the rankings, but I'm bumping you up because of the talent that I've seen you accumulate. But based on how you ended the season, I still got to have a question mark because I don't know if you know how to put this talent together for real. I got to see you. I got to see you actually utilize this talent. But I
Who
believe the talent is there,
who's
right?
better
And
known putting it together a team at 13U than OG Ducks?
hey man, they ain't winning last year, right? Because I don't think they
They
went.
didn't win
They ain't
last year, but they
win
won
last year.
AYF, but then they
They
were put
did.
into
They did.
tournament.
They did win
And,
AYF. Shout
and
out to them.
including you thought they were going to win the whole thing.
I
So
thought they had a
now, so
chance. I thought they had
now
a chance.
you oh my
I
goodness.
thought they had a chance.
So now you sitting up there, you're switching sides, man.
I moved them up 5, 6 spots from where
You
they
can't,
finished the
you still,
season.
no, you still
I
can't
got to see a
justify that
game.
because you
Can I
can't
see a
justify it.
game?
Look, no, because you said they took some losses, right? That's
Mhm.
what you said. They took some losses, and you basically bumped them up, but you hold them to the question mark. Why didn't you hold Southfield to a question mark?
Bro, Southfield, the losses that Southfield took way more wins than they did losses. And the wins that Southfield have are better than the OG Ducks 12U last year's wins to me. The wins that they have, right, are better than the OG Ducks 12U's wins. So it's like it's not comparable, right? But I believe I believe that OG could beat Southfield this year. But last year, I don't believe that. This year, I believe they could. It just gets really different when we start talking West Coast football, man. For eighth grade, I'm starting to come around to it for eighth grade. So that's why I believe they gonna be all right.
All right, man. He says Blackhawks did go to YNC once as Division 2 and Division 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. PA football, they should be competitive this year. Yeah, they're a good team that a lot of people overlook. And y'all know, man, I definitely root for the underdogs. I'm definitely rooting for the underdogs, and I like to help people get the credit and the recognition that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? And uh that's hard to do when you got, you know what I'm saying, Phanatic over there trying to discredit, you know what I'm saying, the information that I already know. One thing I know is a good team. That's one thing that nobody can take away from me. I know a good team when I see one. You know what I'm saying? Org versus org, Blackhawks bring in 8 teams. I don't see any org in the nation winning
Not true.
five
Not
games
true.
versus them.
Bessemer, um, RDU, Woj, Miami Gardens, Fort Lauderdale Lakes. Um, yeah, man. It'll be a dog fight in Duval. It'll be a dog fight. It'll be a dog fight. I don't know if Duval pull it out for 5. I don't know, but I know it'll be a dog fight. I don't know, man. It's something.
P5 was good, man. But yeah, I think
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. OG. Now I believe Philly will win. Maybe that's 6, 7, 8, 9 and up. OG. Yeah, man. It's a few. It's a few, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a few that I really feel like, oh, man, they take it. They gonna win the majority, right? They gonna win the majority.
hey, you switched on this guy though. You switched on him.
Say it. I thought it. I dreamt it. I said it. I did it. I made it. I tasted it.
I ain't
Switched on that
switched.
guy, man. You switched on that guy, man. You
I
told you
fear. I fear just been in the gym. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm just scared because you know what I'm saying. You got eighth grade. You got OG. You feel what I'm saying? You talking 13 and 14. You OG Ducks. We talking 13. You know you seen them kids last year, bro, and you know how they look when they 14. You put those together. You come on, man. Come on, man. See, I had to really think like, oh, he said eighth grade. You putting that means you're putting two OG teams really together, right? And we don't even know if like an OC might just go ahead. You know what I'm saying? We still gotta. We don't know, man. It's just different. This is different. That 13 and 14 combined is just yeah.
he said he said it's definitely not a real deal dream chaser show this year. Blackhawks 11U only loss was Lambeau. And that was a really good team.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's another team that you undermining. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe that they can possibly do some damage. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't think you ever seen them? Have you ever seen the 11U? I
From North
think
Philly.
yeah, they started off good versus Lambeau last season,
Mhm.
but they didn't like They didn't sustain that. You know what I'm saying? I say that. But this was a team they beat some really good teams. When I went out there to DC, the DMV, and watched them play, bro, them is some monsters. So 12U, they might also have something to say this year. So that's a team that I forgot to mention. But yeah, you
King National Sports Chat. I believe they're gonna be good. I've only ever seen them play Lambeau to their defense. But when we start talking 12U, right? We finna do this. Like, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna say that for another day. Put where my pen at? I want to write that down because I want to remember that you said that, and we're gonna talk about that again.
what the 11U?
Yeah, that they finna be 12, and
Mm-hmm.
that you said that they gonna make some noise. Which when you say that, I take it as they're gonna be a top 5 team.
I'm taking it as they're gonna be a top team. I'm telling you that that's a team that
Can win it.
that can
Okay,
for sure win it.
I wrote that down. Don't worry. We're gonna talk about it when we start talking 12 next week. We're gonna talk about that. Remember that you said
All right, man. You got any questions for me? Because
that.
like if there's anything that you want to ask me for any of those teams that you got on the list that I really disagree. I gave you my list.
That is crazy.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
so so let me ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
do you think that Red Breed will be the sustainable number one team the whole season?
I think this might be a season where Red Breeze can actually lose at least one game, due to all of the pieces that they lost. But I told you, I would change that if they get my guy BA back and get Montez back, because to lose somebody like B5, to lose somebody like Ryan, right? Like I told you, those pieces are too hard to make back up, right? To replace, unless you get the B8 and you get Montez back, because these are two young men that can play the safety position, and this is a young man that can play the cornerback position, and on top of that, he's a playmaker, right? He can make a ton of plays, whether it's on the defensive end or the offensive end. So when you get that back, then okay, yeah, I feel better about what Rare Breeze is, looking for. But outside of that, I think they might, if they lose any, I think they definitely might lose one. It's
Okay,
too
so
many teams.
so last year in eighth grade, which we're gonna call 13U, and last year in 13U, there was a lot of parody. There was a lot of Woj, Dream Chasers, uh, TMT, TMT. St. Louis was in the argument. OG at times was in the argument. Do you think we have that again this year? Right? Do you think we have about 5 or 6 or 7 teams that's in the argument? Because remember, I think we all maybe at one point until maybe that first, maybe after that first round of YNC, I think we all started to lean towards Woj. But beforehand, it was a lot of convo about a lot of different teams, even like your Maryland Heat, your Real Raiders, right? It was a lot of parity last year. It was 8 teams that could 7. I'm not gonna count the team from Texas. So I'm gonna say it was about 7 teams that could have won that joint last year. Do you think we're gonna have about 7 teams, or is this gonna be a tighter race this year?
I think the race is gonna be tighter.
Okay.
I literally think that it's going to be tougher for Rare Breed, especially. See, the one thing that I understand, right? Let's say boxing, like a lot of people didn't want to fight a Devin Haney, right? They didn't want to fight Devin Haney. But then when that incident with the Ryan Garcia happened, now everybody wants to fight Devin Haney, right? And they feel like they can legitimately win.
Right.
This is what Rare Breeze is experiencing. Now that you don't have B5 right there, now that you don't have Ryan in the middle, right, to smash everybody. Okay, we now safe to run up the middle. We're now safe to throw up the middle, right? We're not worrying about you. We're not worried about who you got, at the safety position. We trust our receivers, right? So these are things that they're going to have to deal with. And remember, coach came on here already telling you that they didn't really game plan how they wanted to because B5 was in the middle, and they understood that if he get an interception, that's damn near a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that they were dealing with. Now that you lose that, it's harder to stop. Bro, just remember how much stuff they had in their arsenal.
Right.
Remember how they was just mixing it up. You didn't know what play it was gonna run. Just imagine, bro, they got one more play that they can actually use in their put in their arsenal and feel comfortable about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think that's gonna happen. They're gonna have teams like Boynton, who was the smaller team, right? But competed and damn near beat them and didn't do so because they were literally like this much away from the touchdown, right? Now you got teams that's like, oh man, I can beat Boynton. I can, you know what I'm saying? I think that, you know what I'm saying, if they able to beat them how small they were,
Right.
I feel like we could too. You know what I'm saying? So
It's all about confidence.
yeah, it's all about that. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of people they didn't have it. So when they were playing a rare breeds, they felt like they just want to lay down. A lot of people laid down when rare breeds played them. So I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen this year.
All right. I see DJ Wright put up a comment. Unless I'm mistaken, which I'm pretty sure we talked about it so many times, there isn't going to be a 14U this year, DJ. Then there isn't going to be a 13U. They're calling that 8th grade. All right, they're calling that 8th grade. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. If they're going to do just 8th grade and 14U, let me know. But if I'm not mistaken, they're taking that out and they're going to do 12U. And from 12U, they're just going to jump to what they call 8th grade and whatnot. I seen somebody else asked about Maryland Heat. If I'm not mistaken, again, we've talked to Maryland Heat, and they said they're not doing an 8th grade team this year.
Yeah, they're not doing it.
They're not doing.
Santana and them, he went to high school. And he went to one of the top high schools. Shout out to him. And I believe he had got an offer from Maryland. So shout out to Santana. That's my guy. He says, DJ Rice says, correct, but it's still 13U rules.
So they're not allowing no 14-year-olds in the 8th grade. On the 8th grade. Let me know, DJ, if they're not allowing no 14Us.
So what are they doing with the 14Us?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to just send out a message to one of the plugs at YNC and see what y'all going to do with them 14Us, right? Because a lot of states with their schools and stuff like that, kids still be 14 in the 8th grade. And yes, sir, Denzel, it's only at YNC. Only at YNC are they doing the quote-unquote 8th grade. Right. UYFL is still doing it. The same thing. AYF has been here so long. I think it's gonna take a lot for them to change what they do. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. Hey man, if y'all like the content, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the like button so we can get this show into the algorithm. You know, that's how y'all can support it and also do what y'all doing, which is commenting. We appreciate y'all. But yeah, man, I think 14U, it seems like they about to be out of luck, or they just gonna have to start playing. Are they gonna have to start playing JV or something?
I don't know, because every state, kids who are 14 are not in high school, right? So I think that's the misconception, is that every 14-year-old kid is in high school. Every 14-year-old kid is not in high school, and they aren't reclassed, right? They're not reclassed, and they're not in high school. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with the whole 14U thing. But I'm gonna definitely figure it out. I'm gonna start reaching out to people today to see what's going on with that, man.
One thing I do know, that's going to be out this way. In California, they don't have a middle school team. They don't do that. So that's going to be out this way. The Georgia ways, maybe the Floridas, and maybe the DMV area. But in California, that region on the West Coast, they all play 14U. And the reason they play 14U is because they understand that they're not good enough to play varsity, because they got a lot of, especially like the OG Ducks basically being like a feeder team for these top dogs, for these top organizations. Most of them, they come from the OG Ducks, the OC Buckeyes, like those type of teams, the LA Rampages. They go to those type of high. They go to certain high schools, and that's why if you notice, the quarterback that you saw came from Island's Best, right? The IB
Mhm.
Braves. What they do is by the time they get to 13, they end up going to OG Ducks because they understand that they get a lot of recognition, and a lot of those players end up going to some of the best teams, and they know that those kids gonna have the development that they need. So they trust that organization. So that's why it's a benefit, like it is, playing with rare breeds. It's a benefit playing with those type of teams because you got high schools that
Mhm.
are really good looking at these type of organizations, and they want these players. You know what I'm saying? And then they're gonna get the best development recognition due to the fact that the school is already, receiving a lot of recruiters that's coming to watch certain players play. And then in return, you might be that player that's not on the radar, but you may kill that game. So now you do get a scholarship. So yeah, man, it's
And so what I look like, and let me know again, DJ, what it looks like. I just reached out to somebody. He was just saying that they said they can't turn 15. So basically, 14U is dead. 14U is dead, but you can be in eighth grade and you could be 13 turning 14. So you can be 14 and play on that team. So you could be 14 years old and be playing
14 after when though?
still after July 1st.
After
Right.
July
So
1st.
you can be 14 as long as you're in the eighth grade. So if you in the eighth grade, you good. Right. So I
Okay, so
think
they're
the
gonna have some 14.
disagreement, yeah, so it's gonna be some 14-year-olds because it's going to be an eighth grade team. I think they're also doing it too because last year some eighth graders playing 12U. It is still
Uh,
13U. It's still 13U, right? But there's going to be some 14-year-olds. Like it's usually not 14-year-olds in
but
there.
they have to be in eighth grade.
But you just got to be in eighth grade, right? As long as you're in the eighth grade, like even if you're 14 before July 1st, as long as you're in the eighth grade that year, you can play. You just can't be 15 that year. Like you can't turn 15. I hope that makes sense. That's
Do
how I
you
was
agree with
explaining
it
it.
or disagree?
I definitely I disagreed with it for a long time, but now I'm agreeing with it because eighth grade, the next step is high school. Right. The
Hey,
next step is high school. And then I think my big thing is I want them to focus on those eighth graders that's playing whose birthdays are super early or advanced kids or whatever it is, man. And we got because I would have loved to see a B5 play 13U last year.
oh yeah, coach. He says Jaden Jefferson gotten a couple of D1 offers from a couple of colleges as quarterback. Yeah, he's a dog. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Hey, coach, matter of fact, don't miss it. We got a surprise, man.
Yeah,
We
we're
got a
gonna talk.
surprise.
We're gonna
We got
talk.
a
We're gonna talk.
surprise comparison, and I know a lot of people gonna go with who he selected, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people gonna go with what Phanatic says, but I know what I know. And on top of that, when we talk about who won when they played against each other,
That's crazy.
you feel what I'm
You
saying?
can't when
He's
you
the best.
when you start talking wins and losses, a lot when it comes to football, man, this ain't basketball. This ain't no LeBron James. This ain't no freaking one man can win the game, bro. It's not like that. So when we start talking football, you can't just go based on they won a game because of this part. Nah, man. We gonna talk that day, man.
All
We
right,
gonna
so I want to ask you a question because I don't want to forget this one. All right, who did you have winning out of this team, right? Okay, so we had the Spartans versus PTSG. Who did you have winning that game?
I'm going PTSG. I'm going PTSG.
Explain.
They were a great team last year, man. Retain pieces, bringing a lot of pieces back, adding some pieces. Stonecrest was right on their heels last year, and I gotta say, if Stonecrest got better, and I know PT got better, I can't say that this year just gonna be the year that y'all push it over the edge. I gotta roll with them, and then I believe it's gonna be an earlier game, right? So I believe if they played them, it will be like a game that they played in maybe like August or July. That early, I gotta go prime time. Oh, that's a tough one though, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's a tough.
Yeah. All right. So we're
Mm.
gonna go down. We're gonna go down this list real quick. And yeah. So out of the Alpha Dogs versus the Bulldogs, who do you got winning in that one?
Bointing by a lot. Next question. Bointing by a lot.
Okay,
Because
so
I don't care who. See, that's not a good matchup for the Alpha Dogs. I'm gonna be real. That's not a good matchup for the Alpha Dogs because the Alpha Dogs is gonna be a really scrappy team, really tough team, really aggressive team. But you're not finna come in there and out aggressive Boynton, right? I really believe the Alpha Dogs would match up better against Stonecrest, a Southfield, maybe even a Miami Gardens Ravens. But when we start talking a OG, a Rare Breed, or a Boynton, those aren't good matchups for them.
hey, Coach Tim says, where's ABA? Man, ABA, they always around.
Yeah,
I just
I
think
gotta say them.
they really not a topic due to the fact that they merge. Lambo and ATL Elite, they merge. So any like I want to say like any hope that they had of or any chance that they had of beating Lambeau, I think that is over with. And I hate to say it because, like I say, I always tell y'all I started off with ABA, so I'm always going to have an additional amount of love for them. But I just think that with them merging, with Lambeau and ATL Elite merging, I just think that hold on, hold on. I'm talking about a whole. I'm talking about 12U. I want to make sure that y'all not
They're
lost
talking
for what I'm
about
saying.
they're talking about that
He he
they're talking about 14U. Well,
hold
the
on,
13U
Lambo.
if I'm not mistaken.
Lambo.
Because he talking
I
about
mean
ABA.
ABA
That's
got
what
a
I would think,
14.
right?
Nah,
Yeah,
ABA
ABA gonna have an older
12.
team.
I never heard of no 13U, so that's
Yeah,
why I went
ABA
down
had a
to 8.
13U last year. They had a 13U last year.
Damn, I hold on. If they had a 13U, then there'd be 14U for this. I've never heard of them. I've never even
They
remembered.
were they were they were a really good Georgia team, but they still
Yeah,
had a lot of things. They still had a lot of things that they needed to correct and get better with. But they were a really good Georgia team. I
yeah.
ain't
Coach Tim took me down. He took me down a year.
yeah, no, they were a
Yeah,
really good Georgia team.
yeah. Nah, I think this year, I don't know. I gotta go. I gotta check. But one of the things is like, bro, you sure they played against Lambo? I mean, the
No,
they
I
played
know for
against
sure.
Rare
I know
Breed.
for sure that no, they didn't play against Red Breed, but
Yeah, they didn't have a team.
no, they had a 13U. Trust me, they had a
That's
13U, and they
crazy.
have a four. They have a 13/14-year-old team this year. ABA has all. I ain't gonna say all. ABA for a fact. I know for a fact at least has 8 and up. But ABA, yes, ABA has a team. ABA is in a. I want to say they in AYU.
Yeah, Denzel. Yeah, they played 11U. They didn't have a 13U because
They
they.
had a 13U because Denzel played they 13U. He can speak to it. They had a 13U. And they also gonna have a 13/14. I've seen them in a lot of 7-on-7 games this year. That's how I know they're gonna have a 13/14. So
That's crazy.
they have a 13/14.
All
Um,
right, so we got Southfield. We got
mhm.
Southfield versus Miami Garden Ravens. Who you got them?
Miami Garden. I just think they play a different brand of football. Um, I think when you start throwing that football all around the yard, when you got a coach with championship pedigree. I don't even like that word, man. I hate that you introduced me.
Hey man, hey,
But
it's okay, man.
when you
Just
got a
come on
Rod
board.
Mack, man, when you got a
It's
Rod Mack and you're going against a team like Southfield that is great, but they have also shown us that when the pressure gets on, um, sometimes they can fold, man. So I think when you talking head to head like that, I'm going with Miami Garden
Who
Ravens.
won that matchup last year?
I want to say Southfield won that matchup last year.
Mhm. They
You know
did.
what I'm saying?
So why are you going with them this year? Because you remember
This
you
is
started
this
off
is
the conversation with about
but
last year activities and all that
this
stuff.
is Rod Max age group. Right when we start talking the older, this is Rod Max age group,
So
and I
so
said
they
it.
are
Like, come
OG
on, man.
Ducks. So,
It's not the same OG Duck coaches though, man. It's not the same OG dope Ducks coaches. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't talking about big Marcus, and you feel what I'm saying? All of those guys, man. We talking about some different coaches, man. We ain't talking about my man Baraka. We talking about some different coaches. You feel what I'm saying? If I don't know if Big Mike is the head coach and stuff, like if we was talking them, I know them. I trust them.
mhm.
Right? You feel what I'm saying? These other cats, man, we talking about. See, last year's OG Duck coaches are coaches that's won it before. They coaches that's actually came and like won nationals. These coaches are coaches that have won big games. They've won big games, but they ain't won the whole kit and caboodle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a little different, but so that's what the difference is. But I believe OG Ducks has beat Red Breed. So when you say there are teams that can knock them off. OG Ducks is a team 2 years ago knocked them off. How they did it, why they did it, people can say home cooking. I don't care. They did it right. So it's not to say that they can't. I never underestimate what Marcus got up his sleeve.
Well,
Every year we always say, I don't know, man. This might be the year, and then
you might be right though. You might be
Coach
right
Mark
because
come out with something.
a lot of people want to see the Miami Garden Ravens play Rare Breed. So obviously, people feeling like that they're better than Southfield anyway. So because a lot of people definitely want to see that matchup. So I would like to see it as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what else we got. All right. So we did the point, we did that one, and then we got the last one, which is the OG Ducks versus the Rare Breed. And
Mhm.
I don't want to hear nothing about last year. I want to hear what you think now, based on what you see.
See, Mark hides. Coach Mark is hiding. He won't let us see. He's hiding them. He won't open the gates. Um, but I gotta trust, man. I gotta trust that a multi-year national champion would not come and get knocked off again by a team that's already did it. I just don't believe that Coach Mark will allow that. I don't believe that I just believe he's too strategic. All right. I believe he's too strategic. It's hard for him to make that decision though because they played each other and they know Coach Mark now, right? So Coach Mark is one of them coaches, y'all, like on the real, where he like Boynton came on and said he finds ways to slow the game down.
Mm.
Right. He found ways to stop the game. He found ways to distract the referees. He found ways to distract your kids. He found ways to get his kids a breather. Right. He's a tactician. But I just believe that he's going to build out a roster that can only be beaten. Oh man, I don't know. You know what? You know what? I never pour this. It's my turn. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I don't never get to say it. I always make you pick a child. I'm pleading the fifth.
Hey man, this dude is bro. You can see he on my table taking all my cards.
I
He look,
plead the fifth.
he taking all my cards. Now I would like to ask this. Do you believe that a lot of games last season was won based on uh I guess repetition? Like the person who they were, do you think that it was already lost based on people feeling like Rare Breed's just that much better?
Absolutely, man. One of the main questions I ask Boynton is how do y'all keep y'all kids focused? When people hear the name Rare Breed, those kids go to YouTube, they type in Rare Breed. I don't care if you never played football before. You go to Rare Breed, you type that name in YouTube, you see a library of freaking videos. You see how big them kids is. You see how rowdy. You see them shaking a gate. You get scared. Them kids get scared. The coaches, and then the coaches start to write tickets that the kids can't cash. They go on Facebook. They give the rivalry kids ammo. What you do is you just be quiet, y'all. Just be quiet and play. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think the same thing happens to Miami Gardens. I think it's gonna be a buoyant effect this year. Like I really do think that things change. I think that it's teams that I seen when OG walked in. I heard that kids saying they don't look this big on YouTube. Right? I'm telling y'all, like I didn't heard it before. You know what I'm saying? So I
He says,
definitely think it's gonna be I
Coach,
definitely think that name got something to do with it.
I think so too. 13U a little different from 12U coaches. I'm just saying kids' mental and physical ability a little different. You talking kids getting ready for high school
Right.
football pretty much. Yeah, so that's why I think that it's a possibility that they can take a loss. Now, I'm not like I'm not gonna hold my breath because it's not something I'm looking forward to, but I'm saying the way that other teams are also stacking the deck just like them, because I don't think it was really a thing as much as it is now. But
Mm-hmm.
now that they seeing these type of teams getting the best players and flying players out to play on their team and and to compete on a high level, now other teams are like, you know what, I'm gonna do the same thing,
Right.
and we're gonna get somebody that ain't scared of a B5 or that ain't scared of a Ryan or ain't scared
Huh.
of, what I'm saying, of a BA, those type of people. So now, like what he said was the fact that they going to high school, all those players are gonna go be B5 size, damn near.
Right.
So what? You gonna be scared of them, or are you just gonna bring the lumber to them?
Bring the
So
lumber.
yeah, so
Bring
I
the
think
lumber.
he's let me see. He said, what's up,
Oh,
coach?
what up? What up? Hey, what up, man? That's my boy KJ right there, man. He's gonna be one of the. He's gonna be one of them top quarterbacks soon.
Okay, yeah, man. We gotta probably do a comparison
Yeah, he's gonna be a
with
top quarterback. Yeah, he's gonna be a top quarterback. He's gonna be a top 12 quarterback soon.
but the other thing too, though, bro, what I want to say though, because I don't want to let this go over nobody's head, right? And I don't want nobody to miss what I'm about to say. I believe the reason why a lot of these kids are scared is because some of these coaches is not preparing them right to tackle the right way. Everybody wanted the big hit. But when you go ahead and teach them how to tackle the right way, and then in practice, they're basically tackling people that are the size of B Fire or Ryan and all that other stuff. They are more prone to it, and they understand that all they got to do is take their legs out. So when you teach the fundamental of things, it's less likely that a person would be scared. They don't care who you are. They're gonna take your legs out. Cause and that's the one thing that I always share with a kid when I see that they scared. I always tell them, I've never seen a kid run without his legs. So therefore, go for his legs. Don't chop without looking. Don't try to chop him and just dive for his legs. Make contact. You know what I'm saying? Uh, with your shoulder, hit him with your shoulder, and grab both legs. It's not as hard as people try to make it seem, but I just understand a lot of times coaches just don't take the time to teach them. So, they end up being scared.
Man.
Oh yes, sir, coach. Because that's where it starts. I think when you teach player development, a lot of times it takes away the fear from the players. And the reason I know is because when I used to play football, and the one thing that I used to do is I used to hit wrong, and I used to get a lot of back stingers,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that made me not even want to tackle anybody. But then once I started learning the fundamentals, like instead of me getting out of somebody's way, you feel me? Like I did the most secure thing, which is just go by their legs. I grab their legs. Like I'm not going head up with nobody from shoulder to shoulder or nothing. I most likely I can get lower than you, and like I just grew a lot more I guess I was more so now willing to make the tackle as opposed to not, because like I no longer had that fear of developing and possibly getting either paralyzed, because I used to watch somebody like Leon Lett, and I used to, which player was that for the Dallas Cowboy that ended up being paralyzed from hitting the wrong way?
Mm.
I forgot his name, but that always was in the back of my mind, especially when I got a stinger. So I understand, man. The fundamentals remove a lot of doubt, and I think that the fact that the coaches are getting players that already know what to do,
Mm-hmm.
because they are better. They're not teaching the skill, even
Right.
even though the player may know what to do a little bit. It's still not tuned. It's not enhanced. They just take what the player already understand and know, and then they just roll with that. But there are still fundamentals that needs to be taught above that as well. So yeah, fundamentals is definitely important.
Basically, man, the coaches are not preparing the kids to go and play these top athletes, man. And I totally agree. I don't even have nothing much to say to that. The
Go.
coaches are not preparing the kids mentally, physically, or fundamentally to go and play that.
He said. He says, but Phanatic, you actually heard
Oh
a
man, what?
kid say, a
I,
kid say
I
that.
wouldn't doubt if you ask National Sports Chat, have you ever heard somebody, kids be like, oh my gosh, they're huge. Man, we hear it everywhere, man. I'm telling you. When OG Ducks walks in the building, you be like, dang, they kind of, they saw kids get scared, man. Them kids is huge. They ain't never seen a Samoan in Atlanta before. They ain't never seen a Samoan in Miami. They ain't never seen a Samoan in Maryland. So when them Samoans get to walking, like, dang, that's a, I didn't
Oh
even know he
yeah.
was that big.
Oh
He's
yeah.
way bigger. They get scared. I didn't heard it. I didn't seen it. I tell people all the time. Everybody know I'm a Dream Chasers fan. When OG Ducks came down here and they played the real deal Dream Chasers, I hate to say it, but my boys was getting up a little bit slower after every hit. Every hit, they got up a little bit slower and a little bit slower and a little bit slower. So it's just like thankfully the rain came, gave us a little break. We got to come back. But I'm telling you, if it was a regular Atlanta day where it's 99, I don't know.
He says, since Ryan left, who y'all think gonna be the best linebacker? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think
By the
Nick.
way, no,
I think Nick. Nick got he got the he got the
mm-mm.
he got the he got the best chance to me, bro. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna get some footage of Nick. He always wore that white hat. He wore the X jersey last
Mm-mm.
season,
Mm-mm.
bro. You gotta watch him, because
I
before
feel
you
like
go
it's,
ahead and give me your assessment,
I
I
have
know
no
your
assessment.
eyes ain't been on Nick.
I have no assessment. I feel like it is unfair in in eighth grade, 13, you whatever, to come and just start naming names. I gotta do my due diligence when
Okay.
it comes to it. And I gotta allow the new kids that ain't never had the platform that maybe, ain't get a chance. Because I'm gonna really be watching Southern Hospitality. I'm gonna really be watching that beat them then feed them. I'm gonna really be watching the war zones this year to really get a look at all the different teams, man. If there's any other big time tournaments happening in some other states, please let me know, man, because I really want to watch. I want to give everybody an opportunity. I want to give everybody an opportunity because I don't want nobody to say he didn't give us a chance. Because I hate to say it, when we come on this show, I feel like sometimes people think we politicking. We're not politicking, we're just giving our opinion, and then some kind of way these teams always end up in the mix. So I want to do my due diligence. I ain't gonna say no names yet,
Hey,
but I got some names. But I ain't gonna say them
I'm gonna say this, Nick.
yet.
Nick. Yeah, Nick. If y'all don't know him, he always wore the white hat, the white helmet with the X jersey. The dude is the truth, is a man child, like for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Yeah, he'd be a really good replacement. Although I believe he started, but I still think that he can take Ryan place.
Mhm.
He says, isn't YSC preseason next month?
July. Oh, that is
Yeah,
July.
damn, it's June.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
is July.
crazy.
I think it's like July. I can't remember. I think it's towards the end though, like 30.
Man, that tournament
Or,
that I was about to
or
go.
is it August? Or is it the beginning of August? I don't know. That's a great
Yeah,
question,
it
but I
might.
can't. I
Yeah,
can't
I
recall.
check. But yeah, bro, that the tournament that I was getting ready to go to that had the Canes, Florida, Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes,
Mhm.
Osceola, a lot of those other top teams and stuff like that. I believe that they canceled that one, so I'm not gonna be able to go to that one. I'm gonna look for another one to go to. But yeah, this season, I'm definitely looking to travel. I know I'm gonna be going to that Bessemer, and
Man,
yeah,
we ain't
I,
missing Bessie, man.
but I think
Ain't
the
missing Bessie.
13U, man, it's a lot more stacked than what you think. But
Okay,
you
and it's
got to give that
and
team.
it's August 1st. So
Hmm.
I just wanted to correct Coach. It's August
Yeah.
1st.
So yeah, but when you get a chance, man, definitely go watch the San Jose Hit Squad, bro, and the people you just described. When you talk about the Samoans, they feel with that team, bro. So
But you still
they,
know what to do with them, Coach.
yeah,
But
they
I'm
not.
gonna go look. I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go look.
Yeah, I'm gonna send some footage with you, but yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead and end us out, man.
send me a link of the San Jose, whatever, man. If they good, I'll do it. I'm gonna do a whole video on them, man. I'm gonna sit there and do a whole video breakdown on San Jose. They out
Hey,
there playing football in San Jose.
hey, look what coach. Coach know his stuff, right?
All right, come
What did he
on.
just say?
Oh, okay. If Coach Jackson said, I might believe it. This man don't know he talking about Coach Jackson. He don't know what
Oh
he talking
no,
about.
bro. Who the one put you on? You told me
Man.
I know what I was talking about when I told you about the Buckeyes last year.
Man,
You told
I
me I was
told
tripping.
you what? See, that's you slick. I've told you numerous times.
No,
Last year, I thought the Buckeyes would be good because I trust him because I've seen him since 10U have the best quarterback, right? But I did not think they were national. I thought they were a really great travel team, and I thought they were a good Georgia team. They was like the best team in Georgia. I don't think they was national. I tell you, they gonna have to wait till this year. It's this year. I think they're gonna be national, bottom of national, but I think they're gonna be national, right?
damn. I told you top five. They gonna enter that top five. You don't think so, but I
I
think.
told you. I
But
told you. I think seven.
I
I
what
think seven.
I did say I gotta. I'm gonna see the whistle. I gotta
I just
see
gotta
what the
see.
young
I
with
gotta
the
see
young
what it
bull.
looks
Yeah,
like now.
with the
You know,
quarterback.
because
I gotta see.
sometimes when you leave, you just never know. I gotta see. I gotta see. And then he, like you say, I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta see. I'm gonna be there to see though. I'm gonna be there on that Sunday when they play to see them play. Um, but it's not because of who's there. Honestly, it's because of the coaches. Again, um, I gotta see, man. I gotta see.
All
But
right.
but man, we really appreciate y'all watching, man. It was a great show. Um, we did 9. We've done 13. So y'all know 12, 11, 10. We coming for y'all. 8, 7. We're gonna get all of that, man. So we really appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure that y'all go to National Sports Chat YouTube. Click that subscribe. Make sure y'all go to his Instagram. Click that follow. Make sure y'all go to Sports Fanatic on YouTube. Click that subscribe. Make sure y'all go to Fanatic Media _Fanatic Media _ and click that follow, man. Shoot me a message so we can we gonna let me know what you think with some player comparisons, some teams that I'm missing. Send me some footage. Send me a YouTube video. So that way we can tap in, man. And that's all I got, man. What you got?
Man, that's it. That's all I got, man. But I hold on. Let me read what Coach Kier said. He says, "Y'all seen Big Nick go make that TD saving play versus Boynton. See, he don't know. He ain't paying attention to Nick like that, Coach. So I pay attention to the underdogs, bro. This year, I'm gonna make Nick build his profile, his whole IG page
I
because he
don't
don't
say
have
no
enough.
names. Y'all finna
Yeah,
have me saying linebacker names out here. I'm trying to do my put some respect and give everybody opportunity. But okay, leave me alone.
Hey, P5, we gonna do that next one. We gonna do that next one, that 1 through 5. All linebackers.
We can do that.
Yeah, we'll do that. So but yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, if y'all can do us a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the like button also, and then go to Phanatic page and hit that subscribe button. But this is how we grow the channel. This is how we get bigger and expand. And y'all know we bringing this platform solely to the coaches and the youth players. So we thank y'all for tuning in, man. And we out.
We out, man. We appreciate y'all.